Have you ever wondered what it feels like to wake up inside a coffin? The weight of the soil pressing down from above, the suffocating darkness, the deafening silence, and the terrifying realization that you're still alive. Tonight, I'll tell you a story that most people dismiss as legend. But what if I told you it's true? It begins with a man named Daniel. He wasn't a bad man, not a saint either, just ordinary. One night, he collapsed in his apartment. The doctors said cardiac arrest. No pulse, no breath, no sign of life. His family mourned, his friends grieved. And within 2 days, Daniel was buried. But here's the twist. Daniel wasn't dead. He woke up hours later. Not in a hospital bed. Not in his home. But in a narrow wooden box. First he thought it was a dream. His chest burned, his throat dry. The air was thick, thin, barely there. He raised his hands, and his fingers scraped against wood, just inches from his face. His mind went blank. Then came the first thought. I'm in a coffin. The second thought. I've been buried alive. Daniel screamed until his lungs ached, but his cries went nowhere. Only muffled echoes in the box. No one could hear him. He kicked. He punched. Splinters dug into his skin. The coffin barely moved. Soil rained down from the cracks, falling onto his face. That was the moment he realized something worse than death. He was not just trapped, he was forgotten. Time lost meaning. Minutes felt like hours. Hours felt like days. In the silence, he began to hear things. Scratching. Not from him, but from above. Slow, deliberate, like fingernails clawing at the earth. He held his breath. Maybe it was his imagination. Maybe it was worms. But then, a faint whisper slipped through the soil. Daniel! Daniel! His blood turned cold. It wasn't possible. No one knew he was alive. Again the whisper. Still breathing. I can hear you. Daniel's eyes widened in the dark. Something was listening. He pressed his ear to the coffin lid, straining. The soil shifted, as if something crawled closer. The voice was clearer now. Not human. Too distorted. Ancient. You don't belong here, but I've been waiting. Daniel's heart raced. He pounded against the coffin, desperate for escape. The wood began to crack. His fingernails tore, blood dripping into the soil. But the more he fought, the closer the voice came. Whispers turned into breathing. Breathing turned into laughter. And then another sound. Not from above. From inside the coffin. Faint tapping. From the foot of the box. Something was buried with him. Daniel's scream filled the coffin, but no one heard. The tapping grew louder. The whispers surrounded him. The laughter echoed in his skull. And as the coffin finally splintered open, not upward but inward, Daniel saw it, eyes in the dark, watching, smiling. He wasn't buried alone. And the last thing he remembered before the soil swallowed him completely was the sound of breathing. Not his, but something that had been waiting underground. Far longer than him. So, the next time you walk past a graveyard, pause for just a moment. Listen closely. If you hear faint scratching, if you hear muffled cries, or if you hear breathing beneath your feet, don't assume it's the wind. Don't assume it's your mind playing tricks. Because sometimes the dead are buried too soon. And sometimes they're not alone down there. Buried alive. And still breathing.